So welcome back to another video. Now in this video we're going to be covering AC coupled batteries. So if you're buying a solar system and you're going to be thinking about having a battery along with that system, you may want to consider an AC coupled unit, or if you're going to attach this to an existing array, then this video is going to be super helpful. So first of all, what is an AC coupled battery? Right, well when you're talking about electricity, you've got two types. So first of all, what is an AC coupled battery? Well, when we talk about electricity, we've got two main types. You've got AC and you've got DC. So you've got alternating current and you've got direct current. Now, all your appliances in the home, or most of them, are going to be using AC current, and your home's electrical system is going to be set up for AC. So if we store energy in DC or we capture energy in DC, before we use it, we need to convert it to AC. So how does an AC battery work? So an AC battery will draw power in AC current. It has an inverter on top. It converts it to DC, and that's because batteries only store energy in DC. It can't be stored in alternating current. And then what it does, it keeps that energy there, and when your home needs it, the AC inverter converts the DC back to AC, and then you can use it in your home. Now where this is different from something like a hybrid inverter is a hybrid inverter, energy on the roof is captured in DC from the PV system. That comes into a hybrid inverter, half of it goes straight into the battery at DC, and the other half is converted for home use. With these systems, these are separate to a main PV array, so they're not part of the PV system. So here at Heatable, we have lots of experience installing AC coupled batteries, and that's because all of our solar systems come with microinverters, so we don't bring high voltage DC off the roof that needs converting. Our panels convert that energy locally, so we have AC straight off the roof down into the property, and therefore we need AC batteries. So what we've done here today is we've compiled our top 5 favorite batteries. Let's get into that now and start with number 5. Now I've got my laptop with me right now because obviously there's lots of text and specifications and different numbers with batteries, and we don't want to get any of them wrong, so people come on comments and say it's 4,200 not 4,100, you're wrong, you don't know anything. So we're going to use a laptop as a reference. Normally I remember it, we're going to use a laptop today. So let's start with number 5, and in at number 5 we've got the Alpha ESS B5 Smile battery. Now this is the battery that's above this one here, it's above the B3 in theory, and the reason it's above it is it's a 5 not a 3. What does that mean? The transfer rate of the battery is 5,000 watt, not 3,000 watt. Now when it's AC coupled, it's actually 4,600 watt, but first of all, what is a transfer rate? When we talk about batteries, we talk about two things. One of them is the storage capacity, and this is rated in kilowatt hours. So if you've got a 5 kilowatt hour battery, that means you've got 5 kilowatts of storage that can be used for 1 kilowatt for 5 hours, and you could get that energy out of that battery. The other thing to look at on batteries is transfer rates. The transfer rate is how much energy can come out of the battery at once. So you might have 20 kilowatt hours of storage, but if the transfer rate is 4,600, you can only get 4,600 in or out at once. Now where it's different on AC batteries is AC batteries can complement PV systems. So if your PV is doing 2.5 kilowatt and your battery transfer rate is 3,000, theoretically you could have up to 5,500 watts going into the property, and that's where these have an advantage over a DC battery. So the B5, 5,000 on the DC side, AC coupled you're going to get 4,600. Now this battery is a modular stackable unit, and you get different battery sizes with it. So a B5, you buy the inverter and then you choose your modules. Now something to watch out for with the B5 is you need to make sure that the modules you buy are all the same. So you can't put a 10 kilowatt hour module with a 5 kilowatt hour module, it won't work. You need to have 2 10s or 3 5s if you want 15 kilowatt hours. The depth of discharge on this battery is 96%, and depth of discharge means how much of that capacity can you actually access. So 96% basically means you can't go right down to 100%, you're going to have 4% residual charge that you can't access in that battery. The reason that exists in battery technology is to protect and prolong the life of the unit. So batteries that have 100% depth of discharge generally have a lower working life because they get worked harder. Now, warranty wise, you're going to get a 5-year warranty with the actual product, and that's for the product warranty, but the performance warranty is 10 years. Now, I'm always a little bit confused why manufacturers in the solar world quote a product warranty of one length and then a performance warranty of a different length, because whilst they're guaranteeing performance for 10 years, if the product breaks in year 6, then the performance warranty is sort of irrelevant. What they're saying is if it lasts beyond the product warranty, it should do this in 10 years' time. And finally, this is a Wi-Fi connected battery. It can also be on a hard cable for an Ethernet, or it can be Wi-Fi, and you can access it via Alpha ESS Smart app, which is a pretty good app. It's probably one of my favorites on the market. It's dead easy to use, dead easy to navigate, and you can also have lots of functions, like you can charge the B5 at night time. If you're on a low rate tariff, then you can choose to charge it between set hours, and you can choose how much charge goes into that battery. And then the final thing just to be aware of if you buy an Alpha B5 is you'll need to buy an additional component to make it work, and these are called DTSUs. So essentially these are energy monitors. They're about £150, but if you're going to have a B5 installed, make sure the installer has ordered the DTSU. In at number 4, we've got a British-made battery, a British company called Powerwall, and it's the Powerwall 3. Now, this is a really flexible product because it comes in lots of different power outputs. So you can buy this product in an 8 kilowatt-hour model. You've got a 12, a 16, a 20, and even a 24 kilowatt-hour storage. So if you've got a different size property, if you've got lots of generation, you've got lots of export, you can pick the model that's going to best suit your needs. Now, these batteries are AC coupled and they have 100% depth of discharge rate. So if you get an 8 kilowatt hour unit, you can access all 8 kilowatt hours. However, do bear in mind that the warranty on the product is 10 years, limited to 4,500 cycles. Obviously, this battery is working a bit harder because it's got a higher depth of discharge rate. And they're only going to guarantee it to 60% of its performance in 10 years' time. Now, compared to some other batteries, they'll guarantee as high as 80%, so that definitely is worth considering. The maximum output of this battery is rated at 4,000 watts. Now, this is pretty competitive compared to most other models, because for a battery at this price range, usually they'll be around 3,000 watts, but this Powerwall can do 4,000 watts. And it also has an additional feature, which is it comes with a G100 certification. So what does that mean? Essentially, G100 means it can be export limited. So with AC coupled batteries, generally you've got a separate PV array, and sometimes you can get a grid refusal to have a battery installed if they think there's going to be too much generation on site. Well, with this battery, because it's G100 certified, it means it can be export limited, which means usually the grid will approve that. And also as well, the battery's smart enabled, pretty much like most batteries these days. It's going to come with a Wi-Fi connection dongle, or it can be plugged in and hardwired. It's going to give you access to their smart controlled app. And it also can work with Octopus, so it could charge at night time for a low rate charge, fill it up, and you can use that energy throughout the day. In at number 3, we've got another British company, and this is Pure Drive, so based in Gloucester, and it's going to be their AC Pure Storage 2 model. So you can buy this in 2 storage capacities. You can buy it in a 5 kilowatt hour model, or you can buy it in the 10 kilowatt hour model. Now, where this battery is a little bit different, it actually looks like this one here, is it can be mounted externally. So something to watch out for with batteries is if you mount them in a place where it gets really hot or really cold, usually they'll shut off. So most batteries above sort of 45 degrees, they'll turn off, and below 0 degrees, they'll turn off. This battery has both a heating element in it, so it can go down to -10, and it also has a cooling fan, so it can go up to +50. It's also fully IP rated, so if you're struggling for space in the house, you can put this battery outside. PureDrive also do a charger that works with this battery, so if you've got an EV and you want to charge your car with your solar system or from your battery, then you can do this via the PureDrive system, and you can limit how much power the EV is going to take from your battery. Now, transfer rates between the two models, you get 3000 volt amps on the 5 kilowatt hour model, and you get 6000 volt amps on the 10 kilowatt hour model. However, on both systems, you'll actually get a 6000 watt 3-second burst. So if you get a big load for 3 seconds, that battery can manage that for a short period of time. It's DNO compliant for G98 and G99. I think they're going for a G100 limitation, and it's rated for 10,000 cycles. So again, from a warranty perspective, you've got a British company, it should be pretty easy to claim on a warranty if you need to. You're going to get lots of support. You've got a 10,000 cycle life in the battery, so that's double the Powerwall, and it's also going to come with a 10-year warranty. Now, to access that warranty, it needs to be installed by a PureDrive approved installer, so make sure if you're going to buy one of these that your installer is PureDrive approved. In at number 2, we've got the Tesla Powerwall 2. So you'll definitely have heard of Tesla. Obviously, they're a massive automotive manufacturer, but they also do home PV systems. And here we've got their Tesla Powerwall 2. So this is an AC coupled battery. It's got a rated capacity of 14 kilowatt hours, but a usable capacity of 13.5. And it's got a 5000 watt transfer rate, so it'll pretty much run anything in your home. Now, much like the PureDrive, it can be mounted externally, and again rated for the same sort of temperature range, so -10 up to 50 degrees, and you're going to get a 10,000 cycle life warranty with the product and a 10-year product warranty. Now, this battery is from a well-known brand, but it also comes at a premium. So if you're looking to buy a Tesla Powerwall 2, to buy the actual product itself is about sort of £6,000 to £7,000, depending where you get it from. You also need the gateway, and then installation's a bit more complex, and you have to be a Tesla approved installer to install one of these batteries. So you'll be looking to pay around £10,000 or £11,000 to have one installed in your home. A benefit of this product though is it gives full off-grid capability. So a big misconception in market around batteries is that if I get a blackout, I'm okay, I've got a battery, my battery will run my house. It's not actually true, because all batteries look for the grid for their earth. And if your property or the grid in your network has dropped and you've got a battery that could be discharging to the grid, someone's working on it downstream, they're gonna get a shock. Now with Tesla, they have a system called the gateway, and that gives you full off-grid capability as standard. So if your power drops, your battery will power your home. And in number 1, we have the Alpha ESS B3. Now, although this is an entry-level product for Alpha, the reason we've rated this at number 1 is for a couple of reasons. One of them is the price point. So you can have one of these installed in your home for about £4,000, so almost a third of the cost of something like having a Tesla. Granted, it's got a lower capacity, but it's still a lot cheaper. You're also going to get access to Alpha's cloud ESS monitoring system, which is probably the best on the market for looking at real-time performance of your system. And it's also a modular battery, so as standard when you buy your B3, it comes in a 5.04 kilowatt hour configuration with a 3000 watt inverter, so the maximum transfer rate, charge or discharge, is 3000 watt. Obviously, if you've got an AC coupled battery and you've got separate PV, then both of those generators can combine to fulfill your home's needs. It's not like a hybrid inverter where you're always stuck at whatever the inverter rating is. Now, it's a modular system, like I said before, so 5.04 hours, but you can take that right up to 30 kilowatt hours. So you can add 5 modules to this battery. It doesn't affect the transfer rate, but it gives you more storage. Now the warranty you get on the product as well is 10 years for product and performance, so that's pretty good. Well, compared to some of the more expensive batteries that might only offer a 5-year warranty, that's really, really competitive. And it's also very compact. So having a battery in your home can be quite intrusive because they're quite big, but with this unit, it's very, very compact, and it's also very, very quiet. It makes no noise. It's got a heat sink on the back. There's no fan to keep it cool, and it doesn't hiss. A lot of batteries hiss. This battery does not hiss. And like I said before, it's fully Wi-Fi enabled. So we hope that was a useful video in giving you some further information about how Heatable rate the top 5 AC coupled batteries right now in the UK. Now if you're in the market for a solar system with a battery, then head over to heatable.co.uk and we'll be able to give you a full quote online without the need of sending a salesman into your home. And if you want a quote for an AC coupled battery only, then contact one of the team who'll be more than happy to provide this.